Welcome to the 31st of March 2023. My name is Jimmy Bradbury. I help people create online businesses around their passion, their skill sets, their hobbies. Whatever it is they're interested in doing, and they want to pass that information, that knowledge, that wisdom onto other people to help them move forward in their lives. And I've been doing that for the last 5 years. Before that, I spent 25 years in the corporate 9 to 5, like so many people do today. But for me, this has been the most rewarding part of my career. But a lot of it is, behind the scenes. You see all this glamour that people get when they've got an online business generally, but behind it is probably the hardest work I've ever done in my whole life over the last 5 years. And sometimes people don't realize that. And one of the things that has been really important as we end the first quarter of 2023 is remembering that we actually have to have goals and we have to be intentional, particularly if you want to build an online business, because I can teach you the strategies and the tactics in my career, in my courses and programs. But if you don't have the mindset and you don't have the habits and the intention, then it's always going to be really difficult, particularly online. And I think the big thing that people, if they want to be successful online, is they have to have goals and they have to have a plan. And the piece that I think a lot of people then miss out on is, the part that I feel is really important is with the goals and the plan has to come a reward. I work on a 90-day plan, so that's 3 months. So at the end of today, it's the end of 90 days for me. So my reward is I'm going to spend a couple of days just doing what I'm passionate about, which is kite surfing. I'm fortunate to be here in Australia, but I love to kite surf, and I'm going to do it for 2 days. I would normally take a whole week off after 90 days. So I do 90 days and then I take a whole week off. But because I'm making a big move in my life very shortly, which I'll talk about later, I'm only going to take 2 days off. But I'm still giving myself a reward. I'm still taking 2 days out of my work to recognize the work that I've done in the last 90 days. And this is not to brag about me. It's more about, the work that I've done to help and support my clients and my students in my courses and programs. But also to recognize that we do have to reward ourselves, because if we don't, burnout can happen really, really easily, again, particularly in the online world. So when you're setting goals, be really intentional about them. I remember when I first got into the online world, there was this famous quote, and I'm going to kind of butcher it up a little bit, but it was something like, if you don't design your own plan or you don't design your own goals in life, the chances are you'll fall into somebody else's plan. And it's so true. It really is. When I talk to people, sometimes I'm concerned because people sometimes don't have plans, they don't have intention, and they're just kind of going through life. And I read a post earlier on today from one of my friends who's in Africa, and he's there at a time when one of his best friends, who's his age, he's still quite young, died. And it reminds you that life is very, very short, and we should never take it for granted. As I say, we must always have a deep reverence for life, because it can be taken from you very, very quickly. And it's important that we do have that intention, we do have that plan, we do have those goals that we want to achieve, whatever it is we desire. And today particularly, we can pretty much we can achieve anything, pretty much anything we can set our mind to. The problem is that a lot of people don't set their mind to it. And that's why it's important to have goals. That's why it's important to have that objective. But it's also important to have a plan of how it is you're going to actually get there. Whether it's building an online business, whether it's spending time with your family, whether it's climbing Mount Everest, whether it's sailing around the world, whatever your goals are, it's really important to be able to set those down and have a plan to achieve them. And then at the end of that, make sure that you actually reward yourself. So I wanted to share that with you today. End of the first quarter of 2023. It's gone so quickly. And I hope you're excited about the rest of the year as much as I am. This world today, it's just unbelievable, the opportunities today. And particularly if you've got an online business. It's the most exciting time of my whole life. I spent 25 years in the corporate world. Just kind of a tiny bit of my story. And yeah, I was on a board that floated business on the London stock market, but nothing compares to what I'm doing today, particularly helping my clients and students get online, share their knowledge and experience in courses and programs. It's just phenomenal time, an absolute phenomenal time. I really enjoy it. So wherever you are on this Friday, the 31st of March, end of the first quarter of 2023, make sure to set yourself goals for the next quarter and the rest of the year. If you haven't done it for the first quarter, make sure you have a plan in place to achieve it. And at the end of that goal, make sure you reward yourself. Wherever you are, have a great day, a great weekend, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Or next week. Bye-bye.